So Seth, here's the idea. Here's the basic idea. If you know when a fireball is coming, then you can super jump at the right time to get a full combo. You already know that, right? If you super jump at the right time, you get a full combo. Depending on your character, you could also do like with a hop. Looks like for Clark, so I want you to notice the timing of this jump first and foremost. Right here, that's too late. That's too late. This won't punish a fireball here. Now. 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 You see? These fireballs, light fireballs in particular, recover sort of quickly. So you have to be inputting the jump before they throw it. You have to anticipate or read it. Now this all sounds fine, but notice where we are. If I do this first, then the situation changes, right? So here's the thing. The issue is not King, and the issue is not that she has a good backdash, and the issue is not that she has a good fireball. What are you doing right now? What are you doing right now? You see this? This is what actually happens when someone who knows how to zone fights someone who doesn't know how to fight zoning. They just sit there. I remember our match. This is you. Oh no, how do I deal with zoning now? The way to deal with zoning is to prevent it. Otherwise, you are fighting from disadvantage. Now, you can wait and block a few fireballs and see what I do if your plan is to anti-air me. If your plan is to beat my offense. If your plan is to time me out. If you have a plan, you can wait and block fireballs, sure. But if you want to aggressively defeat fireballs, then you want to anticipate and defeat them with your movement. 1, 2, go. Remember this range? This is the super jump range. Look where I am if I run first. You see? Your goal is to stay here at all times. If you're further than this, you're losing. If you're out here, there's nothing you can do about a light fireball. You need to be here or closer at all times, or you don't have an aggressive option against the fireball. There are exceptions to this, like supers that, you know, go through fireballs or work full screen, you know. I believe the level 2 running 3 goes through fireballs, so you could try to run through one if you know when it's coming. So that's 2 bars, and that's nice. But the basic general way is you need to be in super jump range, then you need to read a fireball. That's how you be aggressive. Then, after your knockdown, don't let that knockdown go to waste. Rush me down. Stay on my ass. Like, okay, I got the knockdown. Okay, do you know the Clark mix-ups? Do you know the gimmicks? Can you make it so that I am actually going to fear getting knocked down? But yes, in general, you need to stay in super jump range, and you need to be ready to read a fireball at all times. So the game can change, right? Because I can be like, boom, boom, wait a minute. Oh, I thought a fireball was coming. Damn, I was wrong, got anti-aired. Damn, I was wrong, got anti-aired. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, The thing is, that's the basics, but, you know, I have options, you have options. Ah, okay, that's so for slot 1. Let's see, let's do it like this. That's too much. Damn. See? You see? So this is the basic read that can happen when you're fighting a zoner. I want to super jump that fireball, but then I was wrong, right? But here's the thing, you have more options than super jump here. You need to remember that there is a whole area in front of you, and if they're not gonna throw a fireball, then you don't have to win from super jump range. Like, if I throw a fireball, then a super jump is the right answer. But if I don't throw a fireball, then any number of things becomes a good answer. I'm getting mixed by the CPU here, but this is the point. Ah, shit. Ah, quarterback. You see? If I'm gonna throw a fireball, then you should jump it. That if you want to be aggressive. If I'm not gonna throw a fireball, then you can hop in, or run in, or do whatever the hell you want. Because I'm not gonna throw that fireball. The problem that most people have mentally when they think about fighting fireballs is, I don't want to do anything that gets me hit by the fireball, so they think, well then I need to jump, or I need to roll. But then, they're not willing to do anything else but jump or roll, and then, when their jumps or their rolls get beaten, they say, well, there's nothing I can do now. But that is failing to consider the two-way street that is going on here. If I throw a fireball, then jump or roll is the aggressive option that can win you the damage in that one timing, in that one situation. That is correct. But you could also just not do anything. You can block it and build meter. You can block it and build meter. Instant guard it if you can. You could block it and build meter. You could block it and build meter. Notice that all her attempts to anti-air me aren't doing anything because I'm not jumping at her. Notice that nothing bad is happening here. The important thing when fighting fireballs is to understand you're not under any real pressure. Not really. If she's waiting for you, if the zoner is waiting for you, you can just walk them down. The real question becomes, what if they decide to not be a zoner for a second? So this is the actual hard part of the zoning matchup. It's not super jumping at the right time. It's not trying to decide if you want to do other options and playing patiently. It's, what if she does the other thing? If you can anti-air that, and you can jump their fireballs, then the zoner feels like, now I can't do anything. This is why most people are pretty bad at the Athena matchup, because Athena is running away Psycho Ball, and then you get to about this range, and then the Athena starts pressing these buttons, or she does a hop CD. But players don't have an answer for these buttons, or for the hop CD. So when the zoning is, you know, overtaken, the plan B strategy overwhelms them, because they don't have a plan for the plan B. They have a counter for plan A, but they don't have a counter for plan B. Every zoner has a plan B. Some zoners have a plan C. You have to be able to beat all the plans to have an actually good neutral strategy against a zoner. Notice that there is overlap here. If I'm at this range and I'm trying to super jump a fireball, that can also anti-air the forward hop. It all depends on your timing. If I'm here and I think they're not going to throw a fireball, I would hyper hop in. Hey, look at that. If I hyper hop in and they hyper hop in, this is a classic quick draw KOF situation. What do you think they're going to do? Make a call. I think they're not going to throw a fireball, so I'll hyper hop in. Depending on your spacing, you might actually get over that fireball anyway. Depending on your spacing, you might be able to beat that anti-air. You might be able to get more. You might air-to-air them if they do something aggressive. But you have to say, I'm willing to try a hyper hop. You have to say, I'm willing to try a super jump. You have to say, I need to get to super jump range so that I can make these calls. If you don't start with that, then you are locked down and you can't do anything. But you can do plenty. You just have to make calls and you have to believe. And you're gonna be wrong sometimes, but that's okay. That's okay. That's better than you just sitting here and dying. And at the end of the day, no zoner is forced to zone you. They might just go on offense. So, you know, if a zoner rushes you down, don't feel bad about that either. Just examine your defense. What did I beat you with King? Normal throws? How do you beat normal throws? Mash out a block stun. Break the throws. Go for reversals, etc. Frame traps. Reversals out of block stun. Reversal throw if I'm too close. Guard cancels. Continuing to block, etc. If my King beats you with rushdown, you should examine your defense. Like, maybe my rushdown was good, sure, and I was able to mix you up, but that has nothing to do with zoning at that point. So examine which part of the matchup you're losing. Are you losing to the rushdown of a character? The neutral, or are you losing to the zoning specifically? And if you are losing to the zoning specifically, which of these are you not doing? You're not super jumping on a read. You're not hyper hopping on a read. You're not trying to run forward and poke on a read. You're not trying to roll on a read. Or you're too far away and you try to super jump from like the wrong spot. And if you super jump from the wrong spot, that could work too. If I came in at that time. It all depends on which choices we make, right? Let's turn all the options on. Oh, my jump was a little late there, so she won. Wrong spot. You see that? Get to this spot, make calls. I think they'll throw a fireball, so jump it. I was wrong. Okay, I think they won't throw a fireball. Go for it. Hey, got it. I was wrong. The fireball came, but at this spot, in this matchup, Clark's Hyper Hop CD gets over it at that timing. See? There's lots of overlap. You just have to be willing to try stuff. If I anti-air you 10 times and then get 2 normal throws and a stand CD and win the round, then you tried 10 times and were wrong 10 times, and that's the major issue, and you can try and re-examine those guesses. But 9 times out of 10, when you lose to a zoner, it's not because you got anti-air 10 times, it's because you weren't willing to try to jump 10 times. And keep in mind, if you get anti-aired like 8 times, but then you get just one of these, then it evens out. You see what I'm saying? Like, just for example, let's say you spend the 3 on this. Bah, bah, bah. That was 535. That's not great. But that's over 50%, right? How many heavy kicks would King have to hit you with to get 50%? 80? Let's see. So 5 times 80 is 400. 6. She'd have to anti-air you 6.5, 7 times to match the damage of you landing 1 jump in. And that was on a jump jab. And that was also on Climax, which is sort of an unoptimal combo option. You see what I'm saying? You just have to be willing to try. And it's okay to be wrong 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. But you want to examine how you were wrong. Just as a little brief, preview, this is some stuff that I can do if I start anticipating your jumps. He's gonna super jump. And then I'm going to try and anti-air you. Hey, I got it. See what I'm saying? Like, I could start reading your super jumps and try and punishing the landing frame. And, you know, in a match situation, I'm going to try and land close-ish to you and do 2B, 2A, slide, tornado kick. You've probably seen me do that tons of times. After I throw some fireballs, I start anticipating the jumps, and I aim to beat those jumps with heavy normals, or sometimes with my own hops, or sometimes by running under. I mix it up. The zoner has to do all this. But if I try this and I read your jump wrong... Whoops. If I try this and I read your jump wrong... That's really bad. You see? I made a choice in neutral to run forward. Are you thinking about what if this zoner runs forward? Because you can beat that easily. But are you locked into, I don't want to do anything. The fireball's coming. The fireball's coming. I don't want to do anything. The fireball doesn't hurt. Don't fear it. Make calls. That'll probably be a video. Yeah. I'll just end it right there. 34.